Buckle up, tech fans, because we are diving straight into the biggest stories hitting the wires right now. First up, Honor is making serious waves in the UAE with the launch of their brand new Honor 600 series. This lineup is turning heads by packing a massive 200-megapixel camera and the flagship Snapdragon 8 Elite chip into a mid-range price point that is honestly hard to believe. With a humongous 7,000 mAh battery and deep integration for Apple users, Honor is clearly gunning for the top spot in the market.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
But the power struggle in the silicon world is just heating up. Qualcomm is reportedly cooking up the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro, a massive upgrade that is set to be their first 2-nanometer chip. This beast is rumored to hit clock speeds of 5 GHz and features a brand new architecture designed to challenge Apple at their own game. It is not just about raw power anymore, as Qualcomm is prioritizing extreme energy efficiency to keep your devices running cooler and longer than ever before. The leaks keep rolling in for the upcoming flagship powerhouse, the OnePlus 16. Industry insiders are confirming that this device will likely be the first to harness the raw potential of that groundbreaking Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro processor. Beyond the silicon, the talk is all about the stunning 6.78-inch LTPO display that is pushing the envelope with ultra-thin 1mm bezels and an incredibly smooth refresh rate that could peak at a jaw-dropping 240 Hz. When you pair that display tech with rumored dual 200-megapixel cameras and a massive 9,000 mAh battery, the OnePlus 16 is shaping up to be an absolute monster of a phone. We are tracking every single detail as these specs become official, so you do not want to miss a beat. If you love staying ahead of the tech curve, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to get all the latest updates delivered straight to you. Ever wondered if you could get true flagship power without emptying your wallet? Well, Honor just threw a massive curveball into the UAE market with the launch of the Honor 600 series, and honestly, the specs are nothing short of aggressive. We're talking about a device that lands in that sweet spot of mid-range pricing while packing a massive 200-megapixel sensor. This isn't just marketing fluff, either. That 114-inch sensor is the kind of hardware usually reserved for phones double the price. What I find really impressive is their focus on low-light portraiture. By leaning into AI night algorithms, Honor is making a bold claim that they can keep skin tones natural and depth intact even when the lights go down. And for the zoom enthusiasts, the Pro model hits a staggering 120x zoom, which is frankly wild for this segment. But the real star here might be the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip powering the Pro version. Built on a 3nm process, this thing is delivering double-digit performance boosts in both CPU and GPU categories. What that means for you is serious gaming and heavy-duty AI processing without killing your battery. And speaking of, they've stuffed a massive 7,000 mAh capacity cell into these, which is a total game changer for daily endurance. Then there's the software. Magicos 10 is packed with productivity tools, but the real headline is the bridge they've built to Apple. You can now sync notifications with an iPhone, share files with a Mac, and even pull messages onto your Apple Watch, which is a massive quality-of-life upgrade for people who live in a mixed ecosystem world. With pre-orders starting at just 1,599 AED, including some pretty generous freebies like the Watch Fit or earbuds, Honor is clearly gunning for a bigger slice of the pie. They saw a 53% spike in growth across the region last year, and this series feels like their victory lap. So, is this the phone that finally convinces you to switch, or are you staying loyal to your current flagship? Let me know in the comments below, and if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more tech deep dives. At the end of the day, when specs like these become standard, it's the consumer who wins. What if I told you the next frontier in smartphone power isn't just about raw speed, but a total redefinition of efficiency? Qualcomm is making a massive play for the throne with their upcoming Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro, and it's arguably their most ambitious move yet. We are talking about the first Pro variant in this lineup, and it is explicitly being built to dismantle Apple's lead. This isn't just an iterative update. It is a full-scale technological jump into the 2nm era. By utilizing TSMC's advanced N2P process, Qualcomm is aiming for a level of efficiency we haven't seen before, effectively turning the heat on the entire industry. Now, look at the architecture. They are shifting to a 2+3+3 core configuration, which tells me they are finally prioritizing real-world power management over chasing vanity numbers. But don't let the efficiency talk fool you. With rumored peak speeds hitting a staggering 5 GHz, this thing is a beast. They are pairing that with a massive upgrade to the Adreno 850 GPU, boosting memory capacity by 50% to handle everything from heavy ray tracing to local AI processing without breaking a sweat. And speaking of heat, the inclusion of a dedicated heat pass block system shows Qualcomm is listening to the gamers and power users who have been tired of thermal throttling. While analysts suggest the CPU gains might be measured, the real story here is the leap in graphics and battery life. With support for LPDDR6 and UFS 5, this chip is being designed for a future of instant multitasking and on-device AI. We are looking at a September 2026 showdown that will fundamentally shift the smartphone landscape. The era of the benchmark chaser is dying, and the era of the smart power chip is just beginning. What do you think? Will this finally be the silicon that makes you reconsider your upgrade cycle? Let me know in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned, because when the 2nm war officially kicks off, we will be here to break it all down. Remember, in the world of mobile tech, the most powerful chip isn't the one that draws the most power. It's the one that changes how you actually live. Could the next OnePlus flagship actually change the way we interact with our screens? We're still months away from the official launch of the OnePlus 16, but the rumor mill is already working overtime, and frankly, the specs being whispered about are nothing short of insane. The latest buzz coming from the ever-reliable digital chat station suggests this phone isn't just an incremental upgrade, it's a performance beast. At its heart, we are looking at Qualcomm's upcoming Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro, a chipset that is clearly aiming to redefine mobile power. But the real star here might be the display. We're talking about a custom 6.78-inch LTPO panel from BOE that's pushing the boundaries of design with incredibly thin bezels on every side. What is truly mind-blowing, though, is the refresh rate. OnePlus is reportedly aiming for a base of 185 Hz and pushing all the way up to a staggering 240 Hz. That kind of fluidity makes everything else look sluggish. Combine that with a custom touch control IC and support for the wide BT2020 color gamut, and you have a screen that looks as good as it feels. And it does not stop there. If the rumors hold true, we're looking at a massive 9,000 mAh battery supported by rapid 120W wired and 50W wireless charging, plus a dual 200MP camera setup. If OnePlus actually delivers on all of this, they aren't just competing with the giants. They are setting a new standard for what a flagship phone should be. Are these specs enough to make you switch, or is the battery life the real selling point for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the future of tech. And remember, in a world of generic flagships, the ones pushing the limits are the only ones worth watching. Have you ever felt like your phone screen just isn't keeping up with your eyes? Well, buckle up, because the rumor mill is spinning fast, and the next flagship from OnePlus might just change the game entirely. We are talking about the OnePlus 16, and the latest whispers suggest it could be packing an industry-shattering 240 Hz display. Think about that for a second. That is double the refresh rate of most high-end phones today, meaning motion that is going to be impossibly fluid. But raw speed on the screen means nothing without the engine to drive it, right? That is where the rumored Snapdragon 8 Gen 6 Pro chip comes into play. If this pairing holds true, we are looking at a device that is essentially a pocket-sized supercomputer designed for those who refuse to compromise on performance. It is a bold move from OnePlus, signaling that they are tired of just playing in the sandbox. They want to dominate it. It brings up a really interesting question. Are we finally hitting a point of diminishing returns, or does this kind of raw power actually change how we use our devices day to day? I want to hear your take on this. Do you really need 240 Hz on a smartphone, or is this just overkill? Drop a comment below and let's argue about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to stay ahead of the curve on the latest leaks. Because at the end of the day, innovation is only worth as much as the experience it delivers.